I feel like everybody's always lying to me all the time. Is that unique to this point in time? I don't want to, have a small window on life here, but it feels like that all the time. I don't believe anything anymore.
Well, I don't want you to be that skeptical, but I'll tell you, when you're dealing with politicians, you can always assume that there is a certain amount of lies. I mean, that's just a given. But I'll tell you, there was enough to write a book. So I wrote the book, Don't Lie to Me and Stop Trying to Steal Our Freedoms. And, it's the third in a trilogy. I had written Liars, Leakers, and Liberals. And then I wrote Radicals, Resistance, and Revenge. And I fully expected the alliteration to continue. And then as I was trying to think about what I would do, I just said, I've had enough. How's this? Don't lie to me and stop trying to steal our freedoms. And it just kind of stuck. So I said, I'll go with that one.
Who's the worst offender right now trying to steal our freedom? I realize you probably can't name an individual because there are so many, but it's easy right now. What I hear from so many people on the right is they're overwhelmed. They feel like the left has taken over every part of the culture and everyone's trying to jack our freedom. We can't do anything. Who's the worst offender in your mind?
Well, I think that not just the left, but I think that Joe Biden in particular, I think he's got to carry the weight on this one. He is a Trojan horse for the left. He knows what's behind him and under him. He knows when he specifically talks about the Harris administration, and Kamala Harris talks about the Harris administration. Sometimes when people tell you who they are, you need to listen to them. That's number one. But the left with Joe Biden as its head, as its titular head, he even said, I am the Democrat Party. He's got to carry it. He wants you in your basement. He wants you afraid. He wants to open the borders, defund the police, and take away our guns. And that doesn't work for me. It doesn't work at all. Using a pandemic that is then a weaponized politically, that doesn't allow people to then go back to work, arrest people who go to work, like that hairdresser, and I'm not sure, I think it was Louisiana, or, the people in New Jersey who had a gym that they wanted to open up, they get arrested, or, people who simply want to make some money for themselves, to have some dignity and self-concept. Nope, you're not going to work. We're going to arrest you. Now, you want some weed? You want some alcohol? Hey, have at it. No problem. You want to go to church? Not so fast. You can't go to church. All right? Even the United States Supreme Court. You want to go to Caesar's Palace? Terrific. You want to go to a multi-theater 18 Cineplex? Have at it. No more than 49 of you can go to church. Where's this coming from? We're a country founded on Judeo-Christian ethics. You want to stop me from going to church? But now if they want to protest in tens of thousands without a mask, hey, it's their time in history. They can do it. It's okay. But then they say to us, wait a minute, now we're going to shut down parts of New York City again. Restaurant owners in New York City were told in September they'd be able to open up again. And then at the end of September, they were told, well, we got to do a few more things. In October, well, maybe not so fast. Now it may be November. Between the pandemic and the protests that were not peaceful, all you've got is lies and lies that are impacting the ability of Americans to be free.
Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.